And welcome back as we watch BDS. It's 8 Mile, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure this is 8 Mile, man.
This is just my youth.
Whoa.
That was Wales encapsulated.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bees were.
It was either Wales or it was
rappers.
like Sisyphus or something. Those are the two options in that situation.
No, that's what me and the boys used to do when we were 11. We'd gather around, turn the strobe light on, and yell at the bees. The bees! Yeah. You ever gone ice skating, by the way, on with the strobe light on?
No.
Very disorientating.
Yeah, I don't think that's medically approved. That
Anyway,
sort of thing.
BDS versus Vitality. Let's get ready for draft.
Ice skating with a strobe light, you say? Two teams sitting at the bottom of the table. Vitality, if they lose this game, are out of the running for the group stage.
Let's not forget that this was our upper bracket semi-final.
Yep.
Last split. These two teams fought in a best of 5 where BDS was able to get the better of Vitality and knock them down, and that's what qualified them into the finals of Spring. Now they find themselves at the bottom of Summer, fighting for survival. Vitality's loss here will eliminate from group stage contention. A lot of pressure is sitting on their new jungler Douglas's shoulders. They're going to need to come up with something crazy in order to stand a chance, but BDS have not looked hot this split either. So far, the bans look pretty standard. Maokai is up and available.
And with the Olaf banned out, BDS can look towards that Maokai to kick things off. Sheo has been erring towards Sejuani a little bit as well. For BDS, currently only sitting at 2 wins. Usually, 4 is like guaranteed in pretty much. 3 can get you in. We saw that with Mad Lions playing that tiebreaker in Spring. There's Azir locked first for Nuke. And Maokai, immediate response from Vitality. Have to remember that Douglas has come in for Vitality this week as their jungler. Second Maokai game for him now. Was known as a carry player in the ERLs, but seems like Vitality want him to be on a utility tank once again.
So I know this is a serious game, but like I now can't get it out of my head that it's like Dagda and Atlas combined.
Douglas?
Yeah.
It's their duo name.
That's the duo name, yeah. Anyway, the Aphelios locked in alongside the Maokai. Will we get to see Sheo's Amumu? Probably not. It's going to be Sejuani. Does that mean we'll get a Renekton top lane for Adam?
Quite possibly.
No, it's a question, Manic. I'm asking.
I mean, it's quite possibly. I'm not going to be definitive, no.
No, all right. I'm going to keep it vague. That's what I always love about you, Medic. Just a man of mystery.
Bunch of, ethereal answers. Possibly. Maybe. Perhaps.
Maybe, perhaps.
Speculatively.
Let us ponder. Varus. Shouldn't the facts be locked in?
Could still be a Renekton top. Doesn't exclude that possibility.
Could it be? It definitely could. The Tristana mid for Perkz would definitely be unsurprising. Often something that he would play alongside the Maokai, who's more of a Tristana player than he ever was a Jace mid player. So wouldn't be surprised to just see that locked in right now. Save the supports for the second rotation. You imagine Lulu will be taken off the board following this, especially given the combination alongside the Aphelios, Nautilus perhaps from the side of Vitality, denying that away from Labrov. I wonder if Maokai, Braum will be banned in consideration of playing against a Maokai. It depends how defensive BDS want their approach to be.
And if you want to go full support bans, as you say, like Vitality get rid of the Nautilus, maybe the Braum alongside it. BDS get rid of the Lulu Thresh, and kind of limits things quite a lot. But instead, Jax, the first ban here from Vitality.
A little surprised. Well, there's the Lulu that we both talked about. The I'm wondering if thinking about what else Vitality could even play here down bot lane. When we kind of look at what Kaiser's been playing.
I think Thresh is the...
Well, Thresh Rakan would be the two,
Rakan,
right?
Yeah.
It depends if Vitality want more engage or if they want more frontline. Like, Braum might not even be a bad play for Vitality. The only thing you have to be concerned of is already you look at BDS's comp, very ranged, right? You've got a lot of range from Varus's poke. Azir, of course, great at disengaging as well. This is going to already be a very front-to-back teamfight comp from both sides. It's going to come down to the 5v5s. I expect a slower early game. And it just depends on like what it is that you're looking for from your supports. Are you looking for more peel, or you're looking for more engage? Do you want easier ways of gaining access onto the back line? Perhaps you want more tools to better shred through the front line. We'll see what direction they choose to go for. Vitality now need to lock in top or support. You imagine the support is what will be locked in here.
I mean, it depends how much impetus you want to put on getting top counter, right? Because you could just play safe top and then make sure your support's in a good position. Keep Upset in something that he wants to carry, and that's where they decide to go. Renekton, Photon's most played over summer, has only won 1 game on it, but Vitality have also only won one game in total, so maybe a good omen for Vitality.
Perhaps. I'm curious as to how BDS will round things out. The Gnar for Adam. Not that I don't doubt his ability to play it, it's just that when you look at Adam, that's not normally what you think, is it? Not really a Gnar player.
I will say, the things you usually think have been bad.
Yeah. All out of Jax, Darius, those definitely seem more like Adam champions for sure. The Rakan will actually be given over to Labrov, so BDS is saying we want a little bit more engage. That definitely suggests to me that Adam is thinking of something spicy.
Ooh,
now
Sett.
that is an Adam champion.
That's an Adam champion.
Sett
in the top lane. Gives you that melee AD that you were wanting alongside the Sejuani.
For sure. The synergy is definitely very strong there. This is also something that Adam has brought out before. I think we may have even seen it last split. I forget exactly when, but Adam is a big fan of these slightly unorthodox against the meta champions. Wow, big Nautilus enthusiast.
Nautilus.
You're a big Nautilus enthusiast in the audience. That's rare. I thought you were the only Nautilus enthusiast I knew.
Maybe it's like a Little Mermaid thing. It's just under the sea.
I see. That's fair. Well, we look at these two compositions, they want to do very similar things. The way in which they've rounded out their draft, I think that Vitality have a much more stock standard front to back in terms of their execution. BDS have a little bit more mobility, their engages are a little bit more snappy, and well, I think the beauty of the Sett in particular is it gains access to the backline via the front line, right? When this Maokai is inevitably going to come in, the Nautilus, the Renekton, whoever it is, it offers more peel to BDS's backline, while also giving you access to the enemy backline as well. And we've seen Adam do some crazy plays on this champion in the past. And they're going to be needed today for BDS to still stand a chance of qualifying for the group stage. They're both, as we mentioned earlier, at the bottom of the standings with only 2 remaining games. This is a must-win for both sides. All of the pressure is on, especially for Vitality, who could face elimination today.
BDS, if they lose, are not.
Oh, that's when plays by engage supports. There you go.
BDS, if they lose, are not definitively out, but it makes things a lot trickier, of course, with Vitality matching them at that 2-win scoreline. We'll see what happens in the game right after this. Get down and dirty on Summoner's Rift. Just wondering what performance they'll give us today. Will it be B tier, D tier, or S tier?
Well, they need an S tier performance, that's for sure. So strobe lights. Have you ever experienced a strobe light before?
Yes, I have. I understand strobe lights.
Yeah. Hang on. Upset Kaiser.
Labrov can dash away from this. Gets hooked. Waits.
They have lost that trade. They are losing the...
But Perkz is going in. Labrov's going to have to flash away. The Ignite is ticking.
Oh, they get the flash out of Crownie. Well, all summoners, except for the cleanse on Crownie, have been removed. I will say that, like, initially that fight was not good for Kaiser and Upset. Kaiser used all of his summoners, of course, to try and force them out from Crownie. But cheeky play there from Perkz. Is able to set up Vitality's bot lane for success. Now we need to see Vitality take advantage of that. Let's see if they can actually make some ganks happen. Of course, again, the responsibility falling on Douglas there. Perkz already looking to get a bit of early push in the mid lane. Observers, I know we don't normally go top lane, but I wouldn't mind checking out top lane every now and then, just because we don't often get to see the Sett into the Renekton matchup.
Adam did play Sett back in spring.
So it was spring, yeah.
6-1 and 7 on the champ against XL in a win. can see Labrov getting hooked, but
Nice
use the Gleaming Quill early to get some life back. Obviously, we saw it in support at MSI as well. He very happy
I
to
completely forgot about that one.
Sett.
Yeah. But basically, like, Sett early game, not the best. Kaiser level 2.
This is bad. This is bad. They've got no flashes, even with the Gleaming Quill. Might not be enough for Labrov. Crownie tanks up the Cleveland shot, and BDS will be able to walk away. But
I mean, Sheo's in a good position now because this looks like a dive angle, right? If your Vitality are saying they're in serious trouble, there's nothing they can do, and Sheo has to come to make sure that Maokai isn't threatening it. And lo and behold, there's Douglas primed and ready to look for a play. Can we keep our eyes on Crownie here, observers? I want to see exactly if he actually gains access to the wave, because that's going to be the scariest point for him. He needs to try and get this farm, and it looks like he has enough health right now that he's not going to be forced away from the tower. So overall, great play from BDS. Sheo making sure to cover to prevent Douglas from threatening this dive and making sure that Crownie is able to get all this CS. You can see in terms of the CS difference, they're basically going to be identical. So good job, BDS. That could have been a much more devastating early game, as Vitality's 2v2 already off to a strong start.
Play over to upset. As we see Labrov joining back up with Crownie in this bottom lane. The pressure continues to mount for BDS. Adam, though, looking to roam down. Actually, could be a 3v2 here in a second in favor of Vitality. Sheo trying to trade onto Douglas. Perkz has first move from the mid lane. Will Photon collapse as well? Currently unsure as to his circumstances. Either a wave or a particle, we can't know until we observe it. As Labrov caught out a little bit in the bottom lane. One more auto is enough. And Vitality strike first and strike hard across the map. That's two for them. Adam opens up with a massive haymaker and hits them upside the jaw as he manages to get one in response. Nuke puts down a soldier to try and protect Adam, but Photon and Perkz are still on the chase to flash forward. Adam trying to turn it back around, but won't have the damage to do so. Vitality, 3 kills to 1 and 1.4k ahead at 4 minutes.
Yeah, overall, just questionable choices here from BDS across the board. You see Photon collapsing from the top side, yet you still choose to go for this fight in the jungle when you're at a clear numbers disadvantage, especially this early on into the game. Renekton Tristana against Azir Sett, just power levels clearly in the favor of Vitality. And in the bot side of the map, Labrov, level 2, just gets caught out. Now Sheo, though, looking to get something back as Douglas in a great position to offer support for his top laner.
Douglas has been in the right position at the right time. The majority of this early game. Wave pushing in here. Sheo's going to join up with Adam, but look at how low the set is already. Douglas going forward, twisted advance. There's the face breaker back. They're looking for the damage on Photon, and it will be enough. Sheo needs to pop the icebreaker, and will do that just in time. Permafrost keeping Douglas in place. BDS able to strike back with a kill of their own.
Well, so the whole combo was used on Adam before Douglas was able to get into range, which meant that even though Sheo got very low on HP, Photon had nothing left to really turn it in their favor. Of course, the big advantage, you mentioned it in the draft, Sejuani plus Sett, it makes it so much easier to proc that passive too. Vitality walk away the losers in that exchange.
Kaiser keeps getting these hooks, and BDS, someone has to tank it each time. You can use the Gleaming Quill. The Rakan Q to heal up a little bit, but you see constant wrong side of the trade for BDS. Upset and Kaiser are working on the same page at the moment. And, it's a very good start for Vitality in what is such a vital matchup for them. We talk about them trying to make it to groups. Obviously, even if they don't make it to the group stage, there is still a possibility that they can make it through to our season finals because they have accrued so many championship points across the course of the split, as Adam is able to survive. But the thing is, it's the top 3 split winners and then the top 3 teams in terms of championship points that make it into our final 6, those 4 weeks of competition after summer resolves. And Vitality and BDS in a very good position in terms of points accrued so far. But also pushing in.
Oh, Photon, I think you've over-aggressed here.
There's the Dominus. Looking for that Permafrost once again. Sheo will proc it, and Nuke can come in from the side as well. Photon, no flash, no dash, no way out. Pulled back. And the ultimate invested from Adam alongside Nuke, just to put the cherry on top.
Another questionable play in this game. I understand the idea by Photon, but the aggression is just, it's too much. Like, BDS now are able to get something back on the top side of the map. Adam, even though Photon, you're able to try and deny him a lot of CS, just too many resources, I think, were invested in trying to get that kill, and you end up just giving away a kill back. course, the gold across the board still heavily in favor of Vitality. Huge props to Crownie. He's still staying even in terms of farm, even though he will find himself 600 gold down due to that early plate and kill that Upset was able to grab. Vitality will also convert this into the Dragon. The question is, will they then look for the next Herald? Wow, pretty crazy set of events. I will say, going back to that championship points conversation, teams like XL, Heretics, Fnatic want both these teams at the bottom of the standings. The fewer championship points they get this split, the greater the number of opportunities that the rest of those teams have to then qualify themselves for the season finals. Of course, both these teams do have a lot because of their positions from spring. But yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle for many teams this split. No easy road for sure. Sheo now hovering around bot side of the map looking for a play. Will be spotted out by that control ward. Keep my eyes on the minimap as well. I see Perkz returning back to mid. Photon continues his aggression in the top lane 1v1 as he keeps pushing out underneath the tower. Hook connects.
See the dash from Labrov to make sure that he's the one tanking that shot. Even though it looked like it might go a bit wide. Cleanse comes out from Upset. The lollipopping at the end of Nautilus Q may have meant that Crownie would have been snared by the anchor. Sheo is still waiting here. Kaiser and Upset very aware that there could be someone lying in wait.
Now, like, this is not normal. No one has any information as to where Sheo is.
Check in PC. It's not normal right now.
Not normal at all. Upset, be careful. Does have the flash, of course. Labrov.
In the end, he's going to dash in, maybe baiting them to see if, as he dashes away, Sheo hits 6. Kaiser, a possible target, but still flashes available for both Kaiser and Upset. And Sheo spent a long time down here for not too much gain. So they do get the wave in.
A huge amount of time from Sheo was spent hovering around bot, which means the Dagler should have the go-ahead to just start this Herald up. And that's exactly what he's going to do. You'll keep your eyes on Perkz as well. He's going to push in that mid wave as quickly as possible so that he can go help his jungler out. Nuke doing what he can to trade back, but it's going to be harder for Nuke to, of course, contest. Sheo's just going to run straight through mid lane, but Photon has the push as well. So right now, Vitality have a good setup. The game changer could be Labrov. As Perkz
jumps away, buffers just in time. And now BDS looking to collapse, but they've lost both their ultimates. Dagler's already taken the Rift Herald, can flash out of the back of the pit, and will take the liberty to do so. Escapes does have to burn a summoner to get out.
Yeah, so I was a little concerned for Vitality that Labrov would be kind of the difference maker in terms of his engage, but Vitality, they had the damage to be able to secure the Herald fast enough before BDS could really contest. So Vitality find themselves another small advantage. The kills are dead even.
1,000 gold up though, and 500 of that being on Upset on the Aphelios. He's in a very strong spot right now. Let's see how well they can use him. Crownie going for the static Shiv Varus build. It can go towards full AP, can just use the static Shiv for a little bit more wave clear.
Reminder, we are still on 13-11. Group stages when we return will be on 13-13. So we'll jump a whole 2 patches. But Perkz, he really needs to get a base off. His TP is up in about, well, 5 seconds. You can see it on the right-hand side of your screen. So he should feel free to base now. Upset is a little paranoid about any potential plays. So he's going to look to back off a little bit too. But the rest of BDS, not really on the map. Much on the map, I should say, for them to play for right now. So overall, a pretty stock standard. And again, we talked about both these compositions. It's very much about the team fights. I think BDS have a lot of range at their disposal. Crownie not going for the poke build does mean that that long-range poke is less lethal, I would say. Not to say that it's something that you can necessarily ignore. The chains you see, I think, on BDS is something that Vitality are going to have to be very cautious and look to play around, because Varus ultimate, Sejuani ultimate, Rakan ultimate combined with his W, and then Adam just throwing his ult into the midst of all of that. It's just, there's a lot of chaos that BDS could potentially create.
I'll see if they manage to do it. Currently, Vitality very much in control of the game, eking out a little bit more of a gold lead as we go on. Looks like bot lane may be the name of the game as Photon for damage on Adam, pulled back with the face breaker. Haymaker takes half of Photon's health. Very hard to dodge that. I've seen Cadril in his 2v2 arena games often get hit by the big Sett ultimate, even though he's trying to get away from it.
It's true.
Often actually killed by it as well.
Hang on a minute. Bit of a skirmish in the bot
3v3,
lane there.
There's the hook. Glacial Prison going down as the TP comes in. Kaiser low, down to 150 HP, but he's going to be able to get away. The Chain of Corruption locks them up as Photon comes in, moving at the speed of light, looking for more, but Douglas is pulled underneath the tower, still able to survive! The arrow not quite enough to pierce the hide of the tree. TP now from Adam as Photon dashes forward, pulls him back with a showstopper, and he absolutely punches through Vitality, but Perkz is beginning to Goomba Stomp all the way through BDS. Perkz can look for more. Sheo and Crownie trying to retreat to the safety of their tower. In the end, a 3-for-3 in the bottom lane.
It's the Thunderdome in bot lane as absolutely everyone gets involved. The teleports becoming unleashed at 10 minutes mean that everyone immediately beelines towards the bot lane. What season are we in, Medic? Because the moment the junglers show up, the fight begins. You can see here Kaiser starts the initiation. It looks a little bit dangerous for him, but a 3-man ultimate followed by the Maokai with the ultimate from Upset as well looks good. Photon TP's in, he's saying let's chain CC Nuke before he can get out. Nuke gets the ultimate off in time to force Douglas back. Crownie flashes in to try and snipe away. Douglas isn't quite able to get it. When Adam joins, you think this is the end of the fight. Such a great ultimate into the E. A good hook come out from Kaiser. Really just sets up for him to be executed as Upset is forced out of the fight. Photon gets a kill on the backside, but this also leaves Perkz free to hit on to whoever he can find. 3-for-3 is the final skirmish. You can see the sigh of relief coming out from Photon as he realized how dangerous that fight could have been.
The damage he put down as well, but now caught out by BDS. He was trying to guard this bot lane tier 1, but 4 members of BDS are here. Nuke slides in, no Emperor's Divide for him, but with Labrov there for follow-up, it's a shutdown over to the Emperor of Shurima. Meanwhile, Vitality pushed in top lane. They were able to take the tower with the Rift Tail. They're going to get a charge out of this as well towards the tier 2. See if Adam can stop their progression at all. Because BDS nowhere near even taking their first tier 1, just want as many plates as possible. Rift Tail charges in, about half the health of the tower goes down. Flash forward by Adam as he looks to lock Kaiser under the tower, and one more shot is enough to kill off the king. Kaiser falls, but the tier 2 does as well. Vitality, 2,000 gold ahead. For it, they're losing a dragon. They may lose this bot tier 1. The plates have now fallen off, so Crownie should be able to work his way through this. It is full AP on the Varus with a blasting 1 second after the static shift, but of course AP converted to damage on these turrets, so still able to work his way through that tower before any backup can arrive.
Wow, what a long series of events, from Photon getting caught out in bot lane to Adam finding a kill in what was a top lane siege from Vitality. The gold remains pretty much the same as it was. Adam has been able to get himself a bit of a gold lead at long last in this matchup. But a chaotic game. I thought that both these teams would be playing this slow, steady. We'd be waiting for the neutral objectives before we saw the big fights, but they're looking for every opportunity to skirmish, for every single play that they can use to swing in their favor. And as items begin to be completed for Vitality, this is where BDS have to be a little concerned. You can see Azir yet to finish that first item. Sejuani the same. If Vitality can find fights in this window, this could be a good opportunity for them to balloon that gold lead ever more.
And every map movement from BDS is answered by Vitality, making one of their own. You can see Vitality actually getting the benefit out of most of these. BDS tried to push up towards the top lane. Vitality, top lane. Adam's going to take this tower eventually, but Vitality got pressure on mid. Move that into this bot side jungle. They've already taken 1 tower, and they're going to take Labrov's life as well. Nowhere for the Rakan to go. Kaiser secures the kill. Now Nuke has to back away from the tier 2 in the bottom lane, and the rest of BDS nowhere near this. Rift Tower taken by Sheo in the meanwhile, but in the end, Vitality very happy. A kill, 2 towers, one of them a tier 2. It's strong for them, or a kill and a tower and a half, I guess.
This makes it so much easier to secure that tier 1 in mid lane as well. Yeah. Feels like BDS are just a step behind every single play. Props to Vitality securing all these neutrals. They're just hard committing 4 members to a single side of the map, relying on Photon to play safe. In the last play, he lost his life, but this time around, there was no real threat on him. And instead, Vitality find themselves another kill and the tier 2 in bot lane. Vitality looking promising so far, but we've seen them in positions like this, and they've been unable to close the game. BDS is also typically a very resilient team. Their team fighting is something that has been able to keep them afloat in the past. We'll see if that team fighting holds true today. Because right now this game is in Vitality's favor, but with the Herald dropped, BDS are looking to unlock a tower for themselves.
Vitality lose. They will not be playing any more League of Legends, at least at the professional level, at the LEC or Worlds level, until January of next year. Oh, that's not true. That's
they
entirely
qualify
wrong.
on spot
Yeah, because they
points
can get
in
you with
season
championship
finals,
points.
yes.
Ignore me, guys, okay?
But their split will be over.
Their split will be over.
The summer split will
But
be
they
over
may
for
be
them.
able to qualify for season finals on championship points. You're entirely right. It sounded like such a good line in my head.
It did.
Just the sad, sad fact that it wasn't correct.
Correct.
Yep.
Just like BDS. Even if they lose
They
this
weren't
game.
correct.
No, even if they lose this game. Are you breaking the desk?
No, I'm fine.
Even if they lose this game, they can still qualify for groups.
True. And I can actually show you how.
Show me.
Look at this. We even have a cool...
Show me,
I've got to press the
doctor.
button here as well. They've both got tons of championship points. BDS and Vitality have both earned 130 through our spring and winter splits. And because of that, say, Fnatic, you know, make it into the top 8 but only get 6th, they won't be able to overtake. And Heretics could do the same, and XL could do the same. And then we have BDS and Vitality, even though they could both still place in the bottom 2.
The thing about points is they kind of reward consistency.
Yep.
And those bottom teams were consistently bad.
Yeah, and then they've had one good split so far.
Yeah, so this may very well come back to bite them. We'll have to wait and see. Still many weeks left of the LEC to determine the qualifiers for the season finals. Let's have a look. Right now, the state of the map. Dragon spawns in about a minute's time. The gold, of course, in favor of Vitality. Items now being completed for BDS, with Nash's being finished for Nuke.
And for Crownie. 2 items on Crownie.
So BDS feel a little bit more confident to actually take a fight now. Let's see if they actually choose to do so. Photon top lane pushing out that wave. A full level behind Adam, actually. You only just noticed that. Douglas would love to get level 11 as well, but he has no camps to farm for himself. BDS push in mid-wave. This should give them easy access into the river. And Nuke can catch that bot wave as well. So right now, around this dragon, BDS have a much better setup. And it's Vitality that are playing on the defense.
See Photon pushing in towards the tier 3 in the top lane. Blue buff stolen away by BDS. Nuke's now going to answer the top wave. Does have teleport to join up with his team. Dragon up in 8 seconds time. Vitality trying to gain a bit of control. Glacial Prism going out. Adam going forward as well. Nuke joining up with the team. Nature's Grasp has been popped there from Douglas. Flash as
Hang
well.
on. So they committed Sheo's ult and Adam's E.
Yep.
And they got Flash from Douglas, Flash from Perkz,
Yep.
ult from Douglas. And now they're going to get a free dragon off it. I mean, well played to Sheo and Adam. They basically, between the two of them, forced all of the core engage tools from Vitality to be used. And that will give them a free Drake. So well played. And it looks like Vitality can't unlock the mid tower off the back of this either, because Sheo can basically take the dragon alone. So
And part of that is a vision control thing as well. Because they had control in the river, you see a Sejuani and a Sett, but you don't know what's behind it. The rest of BDS were too far away to really follow up immediately on the engage, but if there had been a chain of corruption, if there had been Nuke sliding in, it would have meant certain death for Vitality. Now BDS trying to do the same on the top side of the map. There's a couple of wards behind them. One in the mid lane, one by the wall next to their blue buff. So TP possibilities for Photon and for Perkz if they want to try and sneak in. Of course, the Scuttle Crab as well. And that little sapling giving vision around the Baron pit.
Tensions continue to mount, though. We've already said it a lot, but we'll continue to say it. A lot of stakes on the line for both these teams in this game. You find yourselves at the bottom of the standings. It's a difficult time when your split could be over, and for Vitality, that's exactly what they're looking at right now. They set their eyes on this mid-tier 1 and see if they can finally take it down.
I mean, it's only Labrov, right? Like, yes. Yes, they can take it down, Vedius, and they will. Sheo might look for an engage. There's the slow. Labrov can continue to chase forward. TP being used. Nature's Grasp.
Coordination just off there. Perkz was... He saw the Maokai ultimate, thought to himself, we're fighting, I need to get involved in the fight. So he TPs, and of course, immediately they disengage, which means that that's a TP down now for Vitality. BDS, again, find another opportunity.
And we'll try and clear out vision up towards this red buff quadrant.
They're not, are they?
They could.
No, they
There's a
will.
ward in the pit. There's the control ward to counteract it. Douglas has a blast cone to get in. Yesterday, BDS saw a Baron stolen away by Razork on the Viego. Here, Douglas, prime position to do it once again. Sheo jumps across the wall. Baron down to 2,500. The hook going in, but Douglas not there in time. Now, can BDS win the fight? That's huge! Oh, he absolutely floored them. A TKO there from Adam as he takes down 2. The chase continues as Photon dives in. And Upset going forward. Upset ripping through BDS. He'll survive. 3 for 3 so far. Can BDS get Sheo's Baron buff out? Or will he be the next on the list for Upset? He can try and just use that Baron Empowered recall to escape. He could even look to kill Upset.
No, he's just going to choose to get away. Yep, he's not going to take that gamble, but wow, what a team fight. Adam throws the first haymaker and Upset responds in kind. You see the engage doesn't quite connect from Kaiser. He throws the ultimate down, connects onto 4-3. Perkz tries to ult Adam away, but then Adam flash in with the W. The damage is massive. Perkz gets eviscerated, but then keep your eyes on Upset in this fight. He sees a window off Photon getting a flash stunning. The damage looks good, and then he flashes in. With the red gun and the blue gun combined, the damage is lethal. And even though Adam gets a kill back, it ends up being 3 for 3. Now, BDS still get a Baron. That's still a big takeaway. But as you rightly said, it's only on 2 people. And the counter to that is Upset got a bunch of kills. Now, when the Baron power play disappears, he's actually getting 500 gold ahead. I actually thought it would be way more devastating than that. Yeah, it's the question of what can BDS actually get off the back of this play. Upset doesn't quite have the range with these guns to touch that cannon minion, so it's going to slowly chip away at this tower.
See Perkz splitting down towards the bottom side of the map. We'll work through these towers pretty quickly. Adam's going to try and respond Buster Shot to knock him back, and Perkz takes the inhibitor tower. BDS answer with a tier 2 in the top lane. But gold 1,000 still in advantage of Vitality. Dragging up in 1 minute's time would be sole point for BDS if they can secure it. Sheo looking for something here, maybe just for vision control. That's exactly what he garners. Still a tier 2 in the mid lane, and Baron buff still remains for 45 seconds. Vitality have a collapse. Adam not here with the rest of BDS. Nature's Grass comes out, root onto Nuke, Glacial Prison. Popped on Douglas, TP now from Adam as he wants to join the party. Chain of Corruption onto the Maokai as they try and fell the tree. The tower goes down first, Adam's on the back line, pulls back, Photon into his team, the quickness onto everyone of Vitality, but already it's 2 kills, over 2 of Vitality. Nuke will fall as well for a third, and Sheo and Crownie can only watch as their teammates fall by the wayside. Smiles
of relief from the Vitality coaching staff as Vitality can finally find a good fight. 3 for 1 in their favor. An overcommitment from Adam. What looked like a good punish from BDS onto Douglas ended up going awry. The Baron buff will be wiped off the boards, and Vitality can convert this into the 4th dragon of the game. No one really at that soul point yet. The Elder Dragon still a ways off. But Vitality staying strong for now. Upset continues to get kills. Let's have a look at this. You can see that the ultimate comes through from Douglas. The tower here is available for Nuke, so that's kind of zoning Vitality off a little bit. Then Douglas gets caught underneath the tower here as he tries to slow down Adam. The root connects. He then gets CC'd, and you think, oh, he's going to die. But then Adam doesn't connect that W onto anyone due to a good flash from Douglas. He then brings the Renekton back in. Renekton's able to take small advantage of this to buy a little bit more time. Labrov commits when there's no real follow-up. And then Nuke gets caught by the hook from Kaiser, resulting in a 1-team fight.
Yeah, Kaiser has been on point with the Nautilus flash hooks. I think he's had a disappointing year overall after being one of the probably top 3 supports on Mad Lions, 2021, when they were winning all those titles.
I mean, yeah, the number of times that he was in various all-pro positions. Yep. I still remember his Alistair plays from when he was on the victorious Mad Lions.
Rakan as well, of course.
Yep. To see him on these engaged supports again. I know he's been playing a lot of Rakan, but his Nautilus definitely hitting different today. That's the level of performance. I mean, the bot lane in general, Upset and Kaiser, definitely stepping up to the plate. Yet to die for Upset.
Yeah. 504, 700 gold bounty if BDS can somehow find a way to take his head.
You mentioned
Perkz
the QSS.
now has the QSS,
Perkz,
yeah. Already buffering away from the Glacial Prisons, now has another tool at his disposal to escape a BDS.
It makes a lot of sense when there's so much single target CC on the side of BDS.
100% agree. 100% agree with you, Vedi. You see BDS, Vitality trying to set up around the Baron. A minute on it. Still a bit of time to kill. Maybe some opponents to kill as well. Vitality a win here. So
I mean, Nuke is desperately trying to get that death cap, right? He's trying to grab whatever farm he can ahead of the objective spawning. He is, I think he's close. No, yeah, it's about 1150, I think. It's been a while since I bought a death cap.
Combined costs are hard,
But yeah,
see. Wait,
am I an idiot?
How
Is
much
it
gold does he have?
750?
Maybe it's 750.
Maybe it's 750.
That's why we don't usually look at this portion of the,
There you
the
go.
gold,
It
right?
was 750. Yeah.
Well,
My mistake.
gets it.
You know, it's funny because I always buy it at 2,350, which is when I have one needlessly large rod.
See, in my head, I don't play mages. So I'm just like, well, it's a needlessly large rod and a needlessly large rod. And if I was going to make that into a hat of some sort, I'd probably need another magic stick. So it's probably another 1,250, right? Like that's how maths works in my head.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
It's important that you
Are they really just going to rush this?
Looks like they are.
No vision. The pings are coming down. They've now been spotted.
Kaiser's going to try.
They don't care. They're doing it.
As a bodyguard, TP coming in from Nuke as he joins the fight. Nature's Grass has been used. Double root, 3,000 on it, and Vitality secure the Baron already. Will BDS let them get away? Kaiser falling, no. Nuke shuffling in. Flash available to him, and they get onto upset, and they slide him back. Labrov with a long-range engage as BDS find the bot lane of Vitality.
Wow. So Vitality commit all of their ultimates and even the body of Kaiser to be able to secure this objective, and on the retreat is when BDS find those picks. The crowd comes alive. Nuke, though, he's hesitant. He realizes something is amiss. The question mark pings have come down. Is he going to overstep?
Perkz attacks him from the bottom side. Nuke dashes across the wall. Perkz no jump now. Labrov here to help his mid laner. Vitality maybe a little bit pincered. Sheo steps forward, Perkz jumps onto him, Nuke, no Emperor's Divide, Perkz gets the reset, and now Sheo on his own. Douglas going forward with the twisted advance, and BDS thought they were doing the catching, but instead they were the rats in the trap. Adam chasing onto Douglas.
Kaiser
Once
back
again,
on the
the
map.
collapse is going to come in. Douglas continues to be a nuisance, a thorn in the side of BDS, and even through the face breaker. Adam will pull Showstopper out, but the cooldowns just aren't there. Vitality find 2 as BDS were looking to take a little bit too much.
The dragon spawns in a minute's time. BDS finding 2 picks on the Baron was good, but then conceding 2 more, not the ideal play follow-up. Kaiser standing in position to just body block the Sejuani as much as possible, but because you use so many ults, it's hard to then follow up the fight. Really good ultimate comes out from Perkz to deny Adam an engage, and then you see here the engage from Labrov. Upset's good, but he wasn't quite quick enough to be able to flash away from that engage. Obviously a difficult engage to react to, and Labrov took full advantage of that. Can't really blame, though, BDS in the follow-up trying to find that collapse on top. You see Perkz, Douglas, and Photon and think, hey, we have the numbers advantage, we can collapse here, but Kaiser now spotted Sheo.
Hook from Kaiser, depth charge coming out as well. There's a Nature's Grass above, looks for the knock-up onto Perkz, but already the BDS jungler is deceased. Sent packing. Crownie's going to try and clear out the wave, and because of the joys of Static Shiv, will do that lickety split. Dragon up for Vitality, will be their 3rd of the game. Will be 1 away from Soul Point.
In an ideal world, Vitality would...
No, from Soul, sorry.
In an ideal world, Vitality would love to have taken one of these tier 3 towers, but the wave clear is a little too strong from Crownie. BDS will not give Vitality the opportunity. Instead, they'll just concede the dragon for now. And Vitality, they're in a winning position.
Yeah, but they've been in that quite a few times this year.
That they have. And so I still feel like this game could go either way. A single fight could heavily swing it. You're seeing how much damage Adam can do. There have been a couple fights where he doesn't quite connect that W. But if he can, it can significantly change the outcome of the fight. Crownie very close to level 16. Adam using his W to get a shield to mitigate some of the burn damage from Douglas' E.
Vitality are in a strong spot, though. They have a 4-item Aphelios plus boots with a stopwatch. They have a 3-item Tristana with Navori, Static, Lord Doms, and a QSS. They have a 3-item jungler, the Abyssal Mask, Demonic as well, and a 3-item top laner. Like, they're in such a strong spot. If you just look across the itemization, Nature's Grass coming out, BDS will form the Conga line once again. The root does connect, they want to nuke, and now you can see Labrov trying to get into the back line. Photon already so low, Kaiser as well. But the damage from the Moonlight Vigil is the demise of BDS. Perkz now opening up. Nuke, Labrov, and Adam trying to get the hell out of here. How are they going to escape? Adam with the knuckle down, tries to get some movement, teleport away from Nuke. He's abandoning Adam. And that's about it. Adam will try and clear the wave. You have to feel Upset flashes the wall. Vitality have to feel that they can end from here if Upset is investing a summoner to collapse on Adam, who was already basically dead.
That felt like an unnecessary use. I guess he was concerned about Adam wasting too much time and preventing Vitality from converting this into any objective. The TP now being committed into mid lane. Vitality is scattering their resources. Sheo will be up in 7 seconds. Crownie the same.
I mean, it's an inhib at least in the bot lane because, of course, Perkz already took that inhib tower.
Of course.
You have to feel that's it from this push. Maybe they get tier 2. Well, they will get tier 2 in mid as well, but no more inhibitors. Maybe not even the inhib.
Can BDS get a re-engage here? Douglas, no flash. Okay, so they do get the tier 2 in mid lane. Vitality divided on the call, though. I feel like if they just committed to bot, they would have got the inhib, but the reflexes this time round from Perkz and Upset on the engage from Labrov. It's Sheo that gets initiated on first, the ideal target, and then look at this. The ultimate from Perkz to knock him away, and then the Gale Force from Upset as well to sidestep it. Photon takes a huge amount of damage, but then this ultimate is just devastation. Adam does get the kill onto the Photon, does get a kill onto Photon, but his backline just gets melted. Crazy ultimate from Upset. And we talked about how he needed to have a good game to keep Vitality chances alive, and he's doing just that.
Most damage in that last fight. Still has the stopwatch. No flash, though, and that may be an issue. If BDS can find a way onto the backline, Labrov now has the flash. In fact, almost all of BDS have theirs up. Upset none, Kaiser nor. Douglas caught out, Nature's Grass coming as they look for the re-engage. Hook just wide, but Sheo so low already. Crownie caught with the Moonlight Vigil once again. Deathshot's going to chase him down. Crownie, Clayton splashes away. Labrov with the charm onto Photon as they look to re-engage. Labrov finds a double knock-up, and the base breaker will pull them back. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Adam buries Vitality in the dirt.
And just like that, 5 members are dead. BDS might be ending Vitality split right here, right now.
They were so close, the margin of victory in their eyes, but Vitality cannot close it out, and BDS will lock them out of groups.
That is it. The summer split is over for Vitality. Off a single engage from BDS. They win the fight and they win the game. Devastation for Vitality. A game that felt like it was theirs to lose. And the fight happened so fast, I don't even know what happened. Everything was just so quick. I saw the heavy commitment onto Crownie. He cleansed, he flashed. And then off the back of that, Adam's Haymaker just tore apart Vitality. In the blink of an eye, the fight was over. 4 were left alive, and no one to defend the Nexus. BDS end it, and they still keep their chances of qualifying for groups alive.
It really felt like every fight in the game was kind of like that, though. It's like, is the first punch from BDS big enough to knock Vitality out? No? Okay, Upset just takes over. Okay, Perkz just takes over. But in this moment, BDS did enough to secure the win. They are not locked in group stage yet, but there's a massive leap forward for them. Of course, Vitality do still have a game tomorrow against XL, but they will not be able to make it to the group stage. As we explained, they can still make it to season finals, depending on how other teams place and how many championship points everyone else earns. We'll keep you updated on that as we go through groups and playoffs and the rest of the split.
Of course.
You can vote, by the way, Vedi, if you really want to, in your player of the game votes at LEC on Twitter. That's an option for all of you, if you have a Twitter account.
Nuke and Labrov are your options. I mean, great options. I think it has to be Adam for me. Maybe Labrov with his engages, hard to tell, but yeah, I mean, what a crazy game. For it to end the way it did was completely unexpected. Yeah. And like, huge congratulations to BDS, but of course, heartbreak for Vitality. Their split ends here, but as you say, that doesn't necessarily mean that their year on Road to Worlds ends right now.
And we'll see what happens across the next few weeks. But for now, we're going to see what happens on center stage with Trouble.
Thank you, Medic. Adam, congratulations on the W. Welcome back on stage as well. First and foremost, how do you feel? Because we all know you were sick last week.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit unfortunate that, I couldn't play last week, the last day, because it could be an important match, for us against Heretics. But fortunately now I'm back and happy that we finally, got to win, because this might have been, a feeling that we might have forgot, in the team. So just feels amazing to be able to win.
Talking about feeling amazing, you pulled out a champion we haven't seen in a while. We know about your Darius and your Olaf. Sett, how did you come up with that one?
Well, Sett is not really like the best champion into Renekton. I just wanted to find something spicy, which was AD. So I'm like, okay, even though it's not that so good, I will still go for it, because I knew that Kaiser was about to play Nautilus. So I was like, Sett will be good angle, even though it's bad matchup for me. Team fight-wise, it can bring some stuff to the team. So I'm actually happy that it worked out.
So how does this work when, I don't know, have you guys talked about the Sett before? Or were you just sitting on stage, you turn around to your coach and you're like, that's a Sett angle?
30 minutes talking draft today for a Sett never coming out of my mouth. So, and I'm like 15 seconds before, guys, that's a Sett. And, we just lock in. This is just pure instinct.
So it was a Sett angle indeed. Yeah. You just turn around and your team trusted you. You've said this over and over again. For BDS, you're someone that they trust, they rely on. Whatever comes out of your mouth, whatever champion, if you tell them, I'm going to play Bruiser Soraka, they give you Bruiser Soraka.
That's true.
Now, of course, this worked this time, but it hasn't necessarily been the smoothest split for you guys. You're still not locked in. What do you think have been some growing pains for your team to deal with?
Probably after we managed to reach top 2 in spring, we might have came pretty, overconfident, and it was like full adrenaline in spring, and there's no more adrenaline, when you go back to summer, because you can be like, wow, we've gone so far, I can just chill. But I think this is a mistake that we got into, as a team, and this is something that we shouldn't have fallen into as well. But we're still trying hard, to just come back as the spring BDS, and it's actually hard. We got a lot of discussions in our team, but fortunately everything is going pretty well now. We're a bit more confident with how we want to play and what we want to play as well. So I hope that we will get locked in pretty soon, and let's hopefully for the best.
Well, talking about spring and being locked in, you're facing your spring split nightmare tomorrow, Mad.
Yes.
For the chance to lock in. Real quick words, how do you think this one's gonna go?
I mean, I don't know. Mad is, it can be everything or nothing. So we'll need to see. I hope my boy Niski will give me the free win so we can get locked in. I hope so. Niski, give me the free win. I like you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Adam. I hope he does, so you can guys get locked in. We're going to toss it to a very quick break. Thank you very much, Adam. And Niski's actually going to be playing with Mad versus Skye right after this.
TP now from Adam as Photon dashes forward, pulls him back with a showstopper, and he absolutely punches through Vitality, but Perkz is beginning to Goomba stomp.
It's fine. I'll go to Sana, we have target. Okay, in beat, first target. Go. Go, Azir, up. No, Sett. Here, perfect.
Labrov with the charm of the Photon as they look to re-engage. Labrov finds a double knock-up, and the face breaker will pull them back. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Adam buries Vitality in the dirt.
And just like that, 5 members are dead. BDS might be ending Vitality split right here, right now.